Today is Good Friday. We invite you to spend a few moments as we reflect on the crucifixion of Jesus. Prayer is more than just saying words. It's in our hearts and minds connecting with God. And today, as we remember the death of Jesus, I invite you to spend a few moments in contemplation. Maybe you want to take a cross that you've got in your house. Here's one that we have that was sent to us as a gift from El Salvador. Or you may have something like this, which is a holding cross that you can hold into your hand. Even if you don't have one of these, you can even take 2 pencils and hold them in your hand to reflect on the sacrifice of Jesus. The Gospel writers each make their own portrayal of these significant moments leading up to the death of Jesus. Just for a few moments, listen to Luke's account of those final moments, recorded in chapter 23.
It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon, for the sun stopped shining, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. Jesus called out with a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." When he had said this, he breathed his last. The centurion, seeing what had happened, praised God and said, "Surely this was a righteous man." When all the people who had gathered to witness this sight saw what took place, they beat their breasts as a sign of grief and went away. But all those who knew him, including the women who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance, watching these things.
The phrase that grabbed my attention from that reading was right at the end. But all those who knew him stood at a distance, watching these things. Standing at a distance. How familiar that sounds today. Standing at a distance, not close, not holding one another, not hugging or shaking hands, just standing at a distance and watching. We watch the crucifixion of Jesus from a distance of time. It's an event in history. It happened at a moment in human history when, years ago, this man, along with many others in his era, were crucified, executed. What made this one different? What was it in this moment that made this death different? We all pass to death, through death. And for some, sadly, that has become a very present reality. We remember those who die, but we remember this one man, Jesus, who from this distance we recall gave his life for others. Greater love has no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. We stand and watch from a distance of geography. This happened on a hill far away in the Middle East, a place that some have visited, but many have not. And all we know is what we see. All we know is what we're told. And for some, geographical distance today is a painful thing. We stand at a distance and watch. And that distance doesn't mean we're not present. We are present. Very present. Very relevant for you and for me. Listen to these words.
At the Cross by Andy Stinson, from the website engageworship.org. I wait, and time ticks past. I gaze, made silent by the sight. I watch as soldiers meticulously move, executing each terrible, tortuous task. I gasp. Still life lingers in his fragile, broken form. I flinch as blow by blow nails bite deep through flesh to find wood. I stand as he is lifted high, silhouetted against the sky which he has made. I weep as his cries echo deep in my hardened, calloused heart. I wail as he screams, "It is complete, finished, final, said and done." I fall as the sky turns inky black and the sun and moon and stars forget to shine. I kneel as worlds collide and time ticks by. What once bound no longer seems to hold. I bow, for part of me is gone, kept forever on Calvary's painful peak. I wait at the foot of the cross to begin my journey home.
And so we stand at a distance today, distant from one another, but not distant from God. For God is closer than you know. God is right there where you are. And John, in his gospel account, earlier in the life of Jesus, at a moment when he himself was working through his ministry, was able to say, God so loved the world that he gave his one and only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. May you know that to be a truth today, wherever you stand.